So you're not just stuck with this circle class, though. You can have it do all sorts of things. So, for instance, what if we wanted each circle object to have a unique color? Well, color is easiest in processing to define as red, green, and blue integers. And so maybe when each circle is created, we just give it a private, sorry, I forgot, I'm trying to write these things as private int r equals, and we're going to cast it, so we're going to say I only want the integer part of the random number from 0 to 255. And then I'll just copy this, and we'll say G equals and B equals. And then instead of setting the fill color to 220 every time, we're going to set it equal to RGB. And so each color now has its own unique copy of these variables, all the fields, because obviously it could remember its position and speed, and they were all different. Well, now it's also going to have its own color variables, and so when we run our program at this point, each color should come up as a different, or each circle should have a different color, and it does. Cool. You want to add some transparency to the circles so that they kind of overlap? Well, we could add like another variable called alpha, which remembers, which is the name we often give to transparency, and that also goes from 0 to 255. And if we want to give it a layer of transparency, all we have to do in processing, and this is a real nice shortcut for processing, this is kind of annoying to do in other fully formed Java editors, is add an alpha channel after the red, green, and blue channels to remember how transparent the object should be. So now they're going to appear, some of them, as quite transparent. Pretty cool. All right. Well, you can give it all sorts of different behaviors if you'd like. Instead of assigning it a single size, perhaps we want to give it a different size also. So I think processing remembers size as a float. So I'm going to say the size variable here, and we'll say size equals random from, I don't know, 4 to 50, so they'll all have a different size. And then we need to go down to the display function, and instead of drawing them all at 30, we're going to draw them all at size, width, and height size. Or you can give them each unique widths and heights. So when this pops up, they'll all be different. And you can start to see the possibilities in all this stuff as classes kind of handle all of their own attributes and abilities rather than writing it as one big jumbled program. We divide it up into these constituent parts which make management and replication lots easier. So play around with changing the circle class so that it does different things if you can figure out some stuff to have it do. You could add images. There are all sorts of things you could learn how to do. Okay, anyway.